Yes, when you make the mistake, someone pays. It's either you, i.e. the employee or partner or whoever else, or it's me, the owner of the company. I'm the guy that has to fit the bill. So when you make a mistake, who takes responsibility? Don't stand up and say, oh, well, it's on me. Really? What's on you? Even in your businesses, you've got people that will make mistakes and then they'll even say the same thing. Oh, I'm so sorry, it's on me. Really? Okay, let's take it off your salary. Now, by law, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to take it off the salary. So whenever I'm getting advice from someone, there's three things I want to know. Number one, are you good for it? Are you good for the advice you're giving me? I.e., have you gone out and done it before? Have you been in the trenches? Have you failed at this before and then failed 47 times and eventually found the secret sauce? And now you're teaching me the secret sauce based on you going and applying it and making a massive success out of it. Now, who are we listening to? Are you listening to successful people or are you listening to people that have got a big fat mouth? So where does the information come from? Is it credible? Number two, is this person in the space that I'm in or the direction that I'm going in? Like I went to a seminar with Richard Branson, right? And he was just being interviewed, just casually being interviewed in there. They asked him a couple of questions. He told us why Virgin Cola got beaten to death by Coca-Cola. He told us a whole bunch of different things. And as I'm sitting there, I'm going, wow, wow, wow. Now, do I want to become Richard Branson? Probably not, but that's a guy who's done it, who's made it. He's on the path of building intentionally congruent businesses, amazing businesses. So I'm going to take notes and I'm going to go, wow. In fact, I walked out of that seminar and birthed a business. I shut down one business and I birthed another business as a result of that hour and a half interview with Branson. So that the journey that person's on. And then lastly, the advice that you should be getting is, if this is my goal, this is where I want to end up, the end game goal. I need to go and see someone that understands that and has my best interest at heart, and someone that's qualified to coach me, right? There's a saying that says you never have an argument with your brain surgeon before you go into surgery. Oops. Oh, sorry, where's my scalpel? You come out of the surgery. How did it go, doctor? No, it was great. So you take advice from people that are qualified to give you the advice first and foremost, and secondly, they really have your best hearted interest. My mom giving me advice, bless her. She's broke, she's unhappy, she's miserable, her life's a mess. Where does she give me advice on how to run my life? Do you understand? It's like my ex-wife. She hasn't seen my son for 7 years. She hasn't made contact with him for 7 years. 7 years. Out of the blue, 2-3 weeks ago, they sent an email saying, oh, Tristan, we think you should move to New Zealand, come and live with us. He writes back and says, no, I'm perfectly happy. And then suddenly a whole barrage of advice now starts coming through. We advise you this, that, the next thing. Really? Where have you been for the last 7 years? Have you been a loving mom? No. You haven't even tried to contact us once in 7 years. Now you want to sit and be the smart ass. You've got to be careful who you get advice from. Understand the concept? Right? We've got our businesses that we're building, and then we've got our personal lives that are inextricably linked to that. I mean, our whole life is completely entwined into our business as well. When something goes wrong with the business, does it affect your personal life? Does it? Yes. If this is going badly, it affects everything. The knock-on effect is across the board. So, I don't take advice unless I check where the advice comes from. I have people on my page all the time. Andrew, I think you should do this at the next thing. Or they say something negative, on the page. You probably notice there's some negative comments. Mm-hmm. And I always go in and check their profile out, and every single time, rusted out vehicles in their back garden. I mean, they look like trailer trash. And they commenting on my page telling me, Andrew, you shouldn't be so materialistic. Fuck you, man. And tell me what I can and can't be. Fucking loser. But guess what happens? If I don't go and check them out, I get upset by the comment. Then I'm thinking, oh, geez, how can you say something so negative on my page? But negative people say negative things, don't they? Yeah. So where are you getting your advice from? From me. Right? This is 1 hour in your life or 1 day in your life 5 times. But like this type of thing, reading the right kind of books, having the right kind of inputs. right? Building yourself up daily, monthly, weekly, annually, 5 yearly. You've got to be constantly on a growth path. Do you have one? You actually have a personal growth path and a business growth path. We talk about that in the business, that deliberate, like when you watch cricket, you've got the run rates of the previous team. If you set that target out there, and are you hitting the milestones, again and again, or exceeding them, or not behind them and chasing them, where are you at? Or is it just show up every time, do some work, show up every time, do some work? Where are you at? Remember, business growth is deliberate. It has to be deliberate. Otherwise, 10 years from now, think about it, 10 years has gone by. I haven't seen you for how long? 30 years.
30 years.
32 years. 34 years, actually. 34 years. Boom. It's pretty scary, eh?